Well, well, well. Look who it is.
Before we can get started today, we have to do a little dynamic warm up. So when we do our dynamic warm up, the first thing we're going to start with is our knee hugs. So just like in the video here, we're going to take one knee and pull it towards our chest. We're going to pull up, pull up. If you guys want, excuse me, if you guys want a little bit more of a challenge here, what you can do when you pull up is you can come up onto your toes just like that right there. Up on the toe. Make sure you keep your core nice and tight here. These are our knee hugs. Next up is our leg pulls. We're going to be pulling the leg back on the same side and we're reaching with the opposite hand. So you can see right there, pull and reach with the opposite hand. Switching sides, we're going over to the other side. Little front view for you so you can see what I'm actually talking about. Pulling that opposite leg, reaching with the opposite arm. Super important that you reach opposite so you can get the full system working. This next one is a knee drive. We're simply driving this knee through, driving that knee up towards the sky. As you can see, I jump up on my toe. It's the same extension as the last one, just coming up on that toe makes things a little bit more challenging, opens things up. But as you can see on this side right here, you do it without jumping on that toe first. So you get a little warm. And then when you're ready, you come up onto the toe and drive up. Come up onto that toe at the same time when you are driving that knee up to the sky. Next one is a hip circle. So you're bringing your knee out in front of you, going around. Big key for this one is to make sure that you keep your hips square to the ground right there. No matter what you're doing, front or back, make sure that you are keeping those hips nice and square to the ground. Now you can see I'm going backwards here, front and back, keeping those hips square. And I just changed directions. I'm going backwards first and then bringing it around. It is really important that you do both directions and you don't get stuck in just doing one. Next one is just mini jumps right here, just getting small little jumps up and down. You're just getting your ankles ready to go, your feet ready to go. After 10 on both legs, you're doing 10 on individual legs, one at a time, left, right, left, whatever you guys are into. Not super high, you're just doing it. This next one is similar to the knee drive, but you are coming up into the sky. They are skips. If you want to do it like I just did, you can do it that way, or you can do it the traditional way right here. 10 total. Moving on to the next thing. We have tiptoe walking. Pretending you're in high heels, pretending you're about 1.5 inches, 2 inches taller, walking around for 10. This next one, duck walking, heel walks. Same thing, you're just walking around on your heels instead. Might be a little bit painful, so make sure you have a softer surface to do so, at least initially. This next one, you're getting into a lunge, and then you are reaching to your foot with the opposite hand. So right here we have our left foot coming forward. We're going to reach with our right hand, keeping that opposite arm up to the sky. If you notice, I'm looking back at it so you can see if it's vertical to where you are. It's just another quick, easy cue that you can do while you're in the moment. Next one is high knees. I'm doing it stationary just because I do not have a place to go. If you do, please do it. These next ones, heel kickers, kick your heel to your backside. Again, you can do those stationary or moving. This next one is a dead bug. You're going to have your hands to the sky, your knees to the sky with your feet off the floor, and you are dropping opposite arm, opposite leg. Super critical that you have a flat back the whole time right there. If your low back comes off the ground, then stop. That is too low for you, and next time go a little bit lower. This is a really challenging one, so don't get frustrated if the first couple times you try this, that low back comes off the ground. Keep that core tight, and as you practice it, you will get better and better. This bird dog right here is just the opposite of that dead bug. We are again reaching in front behind us, opposite arm, opposite leg, keeping that core tight. You want to avoid a huge slump in your back. Things should be really aligned here. Don't rush through these. These are not speed ones right here. These next ones are called Frankensteins. What you're going to do is you're going to kick your leg out straight in front of you, and with the opposite hand, you're going to come around and try to touch that leg as it's kicking out in front of you. Great one to do before you warm up. It will help get the body moving. 10 total, 10 on each side. Make sure you do these for your dynamic warm up. Now, these last ones are called leg swings, and they're exactly how they sound. You're going to grab something. I have a chair here in this example, and you're going to swing your leg back and forth from side to side. I just did it 10 times just to show you how it was. Here it is. I'm switching sides so you can see the left leg now. And be careful when you do these. You don't want to kick the object that you're holding out in front of you, so be mindful of that. Just loosen up the legs, swing it side to side, 10 on each side.
Hello and welcome to Fitness Testing Day. You might not have realized it, but we have done every fitness test that we are about to do earlier in this week or even weeks prior. Now, before we start today, I need you to get a piece of paper, maybe a computer and an Excel file, so you can keep track of what your score is in each event. This week is going to be a base marker. So you're going to find out where your fitness is in real time, okay? Now, make sure you write all the events down before we start. The first one is a 100-meter dash. It's that 100 up that we were practicing throughout the week. I know you guys have seen it. I know you guys have done it. The only difference today is we're going to do it for time. The number 2 test today is going to be our hurdle test. How fast can you get over your hurdles and back? Number 3, we have our shot put test today. How far can you throw that ball with a push? The 4th test today is our javelin throw. Think back to our rolled up paper towels that we threw as far as we could, just like our shot put. That's our 4th test today. Our 5th test is our broad jump. We're starting off and we are jumping as far as we can without taking a step. It's just one jump in the air from where you start to where you end. You're going to measure that. Our 6th test today is our 3-step jump test. How far can you guys leap or get from start to finish in only 3 steps? Again, you're going to need to mark out where you started and where you ended so you can measure it, or at least write down where you got to so you know for next time. That's right, next time. The 7th test today is our relay race tests. How fast can you rescue the amount of objects that are your age? If you're 6, you're rescuing 6 different objects. Start, rescue, finish 6 times, okay? Our 8th test is our juggling test. How long can you keep those balls juggling for? Our 9th test today is our pillow jump high test, okay? As I mentioned before, you're going to need a piece of paper, a pencil, a computer to mark everything down, maybe a tape measure to do everything. And last, and probably most important, you're going to need something to keep track of your time. A start buzzer, a stop buzzer. We'll have one up on the screen, but just in case you need a little extra, you pause the video, you're doing this outside, make sure you do have a timer or a buzzer so you know when time is up. Alright guys, good luck on your fitness test today. Please let me know how it goes. I wish you the best of luck. I'm going to be doing it right there with you so you'll see what your scores are compared to Mr. C. Ooh. Good luck guys. Alright guys, like I said, first test we got today is our 100 up test. Remember, have your elbows bent 90 degrees and you're going to take your knee and hit your hand. That counts as 1. Then you're going to take the other leg, do the exact same thing, 2, all the way up to 100. let's see if you guys can beat Mr. C. I'm going to start my stopwatch, and then we'll go. On your marks, get set, go. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Stop the clock. Woo! I got 35 seconds to do my 100 up. Did you guys beat that? Make sure you check your stopwatch to see where you landed. Alright guys, good luck. If you didn't do it with me, make sure you pause the video and do it now. Next test we got is our hurdle test. Now, as you can see, Mr. C doesn't have a whole lot of room in here, so if you guys do have a lot of room, make sure you guys set up your hurdles in the space that you have. I've used some pillows that I have right here. Super quick, super easy. If you don't have pillows, find something else. Some blankets, balled up t-shirts, anything that you guys have, use those as your hurdles. Now, I need you to time yourself from one side of your hurdles all the way down and all the way back, okay? Now I'm going to show you what it's going to look like for Mr. C. He's going to, and my test would be done. So you not only have to go all the way down, but in this hurdle test, you have to go all the way back as well. Down and back. If you want to use your starts that we've been practicing, you can do that as well. So I'm going to give you guys 1 minute to set up and to test. So you have 1 minute starting now. Make sure you have your pen and paper ready so you can mark how fast you went on your own. 1 minute starts now. Seconds left, guys. Woo. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. I'm gonna stop my timer now. You guys should all be done with your hurdle test. Now make sure you take your time and you write it down, figure out what it was, write it down in your book log or your Excel file, whatever you're doing to keep track of this, because we're gonna see if we can break it next time, okay? So, get some water, get ready for test number 3, which is the shot put test. Okay, guys. Test number 3 is our shot put test. What you're going to need is something to throw that's soft, that won't break other things, super important, and something to measure how far you threw or pushed your shot put. Now, I have a super long phone charger, so that's what I'm going to be using. Now, remember, if you don't have a lot of space, you can do this on one knee. If you do have a lot of space, you can stand up. Now, Mr. C doesn't have that much space, so what he's going to do is he's going to use one knee. The same knee is down as the side that is throwing, okay? And we are pushing the ball this time. So let's see how far Mr. C can do this. All right, now I'm going to measure with my long cord. I'm going to start off where my foot was, and I'm going to measure. Whoop. So my throw was 6 feet long. My 6 foot long cord, it was 6 feet long. So I'm going to write that in my log for 6 feet. I'm going to give you guys 1 minute to get your shot put and also get something to measure it and perform the shot put test. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Remember the shot put, you are pushing, not throwing. Big difference here. If you throw it, it doesn't count. It has to be a push. Okay, guys? We only have about 30 seconds left, so get moving if you're not there already. And push. Ooh. Again, I got 6 feet. Looks like that is my distance. I think 6 feet is going to be as far as I can go. We only have 20 seconds left, guys. Oh, I think I got a little bit further that time. 5 seconds left, guys. 3, 2, 1. Okay, the time for our shot put is over. It is time to move on to test number 4. That is our javelin test, okay? Test number 4 is our javelin throw. It is very similar to the shot put, but instead of just pushing an object out, we are taking an object and we are pointing it to where it's going to go, pointing back to front, point, and we are throwing it and trying to get as much distance as possible. Just like you did last time, if you want to do it kneeling down, you can, if you don't have enough room like I don't. If you do have a lot of room or you're doing this outside, you can stand up. You can get a little bit of a running start, but make sure you mark where your tape measure starts, where you threw that javelin. Okay, it's going to look something like this. Whoa, looks like that was about 6 feet again. Looks like my shot put and my javelin are right next to each other, pretty close. I'm going to give you guys 1 more minute to practice and to do it, so we can move on to the next fitness challenge today. So get your javelins, get your tape measurers, your markers, whatever you're using to measure things, a door frame, pieces of wood on the floor, anything you got at all, and practice. So we have 50 seconds left here. 50 seconds left. Pointing. Oh, man. Oh, man. The key with this one is to point where you want it to go. Point to where you want it to go. 40 seconds, guys. Ooh. I think that was one of my best throws yet. Woo, man. "20 seconds left, guys. Ooh. Whoa. That one was 8 feet. Whoa, that was my best throw. 5 seconds left, guys. Then we gotta end it. 4, 3, 2. Okay, our time to do our javelin test is over. Make sure you measure your distance and also mark down in your book how far you guys threw it for. Test number 5 today, it is our broad jump. All you need is your own 2 feet and something to measure your jump with. Now, I've got my phone charger, which I know is 6 feet long, because that's what Amazon said. I'm gonna throw it down here, and remember when we do our broad jump, we start off 2 feet on the floor, go into a squat with hands behind us and jump forward. Now, this one's going to be a little tricky to measure, so make sure you have someone else with you or you really watch where you start and finish. Because the end of your measure should be where your heel is, not your toes. So it goes from where you started all the way to where you landed, but at the back of your heels. I'm going to give you guys 1 minute to set up your course, get your measurer, and perform your test, okay? 1 minute starts now. So I got my 2 feet here. I'm ready to go. Go into a squat and jump and explode. So it looks like that one was about 4 feet. Let's call it 4 feet. Ready? Get ready. Ooh, man, I think that one was a little further. That was probably 5 feet. Ooh. See if Mr. C can nail it this time. Get 6 feet. Whoa! 6 feet for my broad jump. Ooh. We only got about 15 seconds left, guys, so make sure you are getting those jumps in now before time is up. 10 seconds. Whew, man. Whew, I think 6 feet's gonna be my max today. 5 more seconds left. Get it in if it's not already. 3, 2, 1. Okay, guys. Okay. Time is up. Make sure you mark down in your book or whatever you keep your track with how far you went on your broad jump. The next one's gonna be our 3-step jump test. So get ready for that. 30-second water break coming your way. Test number 6 today is our 3-step jump. Now, just as the name implies, you can only take 1, 2, 3 steps, and on that 3rd step, it's going to be where the distance marker stops. If you don't have enough space, you can always start up, go on one way, and then do the other way, and go back again. Now for me, that would be 12 feet, because I went 6, 6, 6. 6 times 3 is not 12, it is 18. Whoops, math. Whew. Anyways, take your 3 steps, see how far you can get, okay? And put your distance in your book that you're keeping track of, okay? Now I'm going to give you guys 1 minute to see how far you can go. All right? 1, 2, 3. All right, so I got halfway in between my 6-foot marker, so I know that that's 9 feet. So I got 9 feet that time. Woo! I'm gonna straighten you up. Okay. Let's see if I can get the full 18 feet. 1, 2. Whoa, getting close. 3. Woo. 18 feet I got. Whoa, that's far. Man. Okay guys, coming up on time, we have 20 seconds left, so if you haven't marked your distance down yet, make sure this jump counts as your distance marker, okay? 10 seconds left. Get ready to go if you haven't already. 1, 2, 3. Whew. And time. Time is up for our 3-step leap challenge. Okay, make sure you write down in your book or whatever you keep track with how far you got so you can reference it later. 30-second water break right now. Test number 7 today is our relay race test. How fast can you rescue your items and bring them back? You are going to have to rescue as many items as how old you are. So, if Mr. C was 4, he's really 309, but if he was 4 years old, he would have to rescue 4 different objects, okay? I'm going to do this so you guys can see what it's supposed to look like. I have my starting area where I'm going to return my rescued items. I'm going to run out, catch them, run out, catch them, run out. Whoo! And that is it, okay? Make sure you write down how long it took you to rescue all of your objects and return them one at a time. I shouldn't hear about anyone grabbing all their items and putting it back at the starting spot, one at a time, and then mark your time so you know what you need to beat next time. So 1 minute on the clock, get your starting area ready, get your rescue area ready. If you have a lot of room, these items should be set up on the opposite side of the room. Mr. C doesn't have a giant area, so he's doing the best he can right here. But if you have a big space, make sure you spread it out and make it like an actual relay race. All right, 1 minute starts now, okay? See how fast you guys can rescue and bring them back. Oh, I got 1. I got 2. 3. Last one. 4. Now, if you end before time is up, we still have 30 more seconds. So if you want to try again, you can. We have 30 seconds left until time is up, so get in what you can, okay? I think I can go faster this time. We only have 20 seconds left though, so I gotta hurry. 2, 5 seconds left. Make sure you guys figure out what your time was for your relay race, and make sure you mark it down in your record keeper, whatever you're keeping, to keep track so we can beat it next time. All right? Good luck, guys. 30-second water break. You earned it. Now this one's going to take a little bit of skill. Test number 8 is our juggling test. All right, our juggling test. What you're going to need are some objects to juggle. I've got some socks because that's what's easy for me. If you have juggling materials, you can use those. Whatever's easier for you, you guys. All right. Now, this juggling test is simple. You're going to have, well, we're not going to do 1 minute. We're going to see how long you can keep your juggling items in the air without dropping one. Now, if you do drop it, that is up. So let's see how long Mr. C can go. Oh, I made it almost 10 seconds. All right, so now my maximum or my best time would be 10 seconds. But I'm going to try again because we're going to have a little bit more time to do this. All right, I'm going to give you guys at least a minute here to practice, or not to practice, to try and see how long you can juggle. If 2 or 3 items is too hard for you, only do 2. If 2 items is too hard, only do 1, but make sure you're switching hands the entire time. Now, if it's too easy, make sure you're honest with yourself and actually challenge yourself. 1 minute left here to see how long you can juggle. So let's go ahead and get started here. Oh. Oh man, I made it almost 20 seconds that time. Almost 20 seconds. Can you guys beat 20 seconds? We still got about 40 seconds left on the clock here that I'm going to give you. Ooh. Oh man. Oh, that one was about 15. We only have 30 seconds left. Oh man, that one was 10 seconds. I think my max is going to be 20 seconds. 10 seconds left on this juggling. See how many. Whoa. Oh man, yeah, 20 is definitely going to be my max. 5 seconds left. 2, 1, and stop. Make sure you mark down how many seconds you juggled for and mark it in a place where you know and you can track it again so you can try to beat it as the weeks go by. 30-second water break before we do our last test, everybody's favorite, the Pillow Tower Vertical Jump Test. this last test today, test number 9. Hang in there. I know it's been a long day, but we only have one more test left. It is our pillow tower jump test. Whoa! Now, what you're going to need for this is simple. You're going to need some pillows and you. That's it. Now, if you don't have enough pillows, make sure you use blankets, t-shirts, sweatshirts, ball them up, jumble them up, stack them up, whatever you have, but just make sure that you use the same thing the next time that you do the test in a week or 2 or 3. I'm not going to tell you, it's going to be a surprise. So, make sure you remember what you're using. The pillow jump test is a very simple one. You're going to stack your pillows up, and we'll start at 1, so we can do it all together. You're going to stack your pillows up, and if you make it over successfully, you guys get to add a pillow. Whoo! Adding a pillow. If you don't, and you accidentally knock a pillow over, then your run is done, and you have to start back at 1. Pretty simple, right? Pretty simple indeed. Now, there are a couple of rules, and I'm just going to put these up here so I can show you the rules. When you do jump, make sure you're jumping over your pillows. If you do jump around the pillows, that doesn't count. And you have to go all the way back to 1 because you didn't do it correctly. So, I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes. Make sure you get your pillows if you haven't gotten them already, so you can make a pillow tower, okay? We're all going to start off at 1. We're going to do this together and see how far we get. Well, let's go. Whoo! Mr. C made it over 1 time. You know what that means. That's right. We're adding a pillow. Mr. C got 1. Whew. No big deal. It kind of is. Now, I just made it successfully over 2, so I get to add another pillow. Man, this is getting tall fast. We're going jumping over again. Man, Mr. C's successful, so he gets to add another pillow. It's getting pretty tall now. 4 pillows, I don't know. Let's see if he's got it. Yeah! 4 pillow successful. Ooh. 5 pillows on the floor. It's getting pretty high. Let's see if I got this. Ooh. Made it! Made it! Now, Mr. C's got 6 pillows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pillows on here. Let's see if Mr. C can do 6. Oh, man. Now, Mr. C wasn't quite able to get 6, and he knocked 1 over right here. So, I've got to start all the way back to the beginning. Take 1 off. And we're going to start all the way over at 1. So if you haven't been jumping, make sure you start jumping now and see how high you can get. Make sure you're doing this in a safe place. If there's any sharp objects, you might want to think about going somewhere else. You need an open area for this. Something that if you fall, you're not going to bump your head on something hard or sharp or just dangerous in general. Make sure you're doing this in a safe place. All right? Go ahead and start, guys. I'm going again. I'm going to see if I can beat 6 this time. Whew. Got 1 again. Got a good feeling about this time. I'm ready to rock and roll. Here we go. I just did 2, no problem. My problem is when I get up to around 5 or 6, then things get a little interesting for Mr. C. Oh, made it again. 4 pillows. Guys, got about 1 minute left before we end. Putting 5 on. Man, let's see if I got this. It's getting pretty high this time. Made it, no problem. Okay, this is where I fell apart last time. Let's see if I got it again this time. Get the jitters out. Shake it up. I'm gonna stop at 6 pillows because I don't think I can beat that today. Maybe tomorrow though. So with that, guys, you should be pretty much maxed out on pillows. You should be pretty much done. If you don't make it that one time, make sure you mark down how many pillows you successfully jumped and put it in a place where you remember, not in your head, write it down, put it on an Excel file, put it wherever you can go back to and read it again. So for when we do this again, you can try to beat that score and you can see if you're improving or if you are not. And if you're not, let's figure out ways to get you improving. All right, guys, thank you for fitness testing with me today. I'll see you later. Now that our day is over, there's one big piece to track and field that we haven't covered yet, and that is your flexibility. How flexible are you? Okay, now, since our day is over, now is our time to work on our static stretching. So we're gonna sit down, and the first thing we're gonna do is just sit nice and tall and lean forward. We're gonna hold a nice, comfortable stretch, nothing too crazy, for about 30 seconds here. Afterwards, you're gonna feel nice and relaxed in your hamstrings, the back of your leg. And it's important to have this flexibility for track and field because you need it as a runner, as an athlete in general. That's about 30 seconds. Next one we're doing, we're bringing one leg up behind us and we're pulling it back and we're standing up and up nice and tall and we are stretching our quad. Again, how long are we going to hold this for? That's right, 30 seconds. Next up, we're going to switch sides, doing the exact same thing. Whew. Ooh, this one is tight for Mr. C. His leg. Whew. Remember to stand up super tall here. Get the full stretch. Last one that we're going to do, we're going to set up with a wide stance. You're going to take one hand and you're going to reach to the opposite foot. And at the same time, the other hand's going to reach for the sky. So it's going to look something like this. If you want some visual cues, make sure you're looking at your hand and seeing if it's going straight up to the sky. After a couple seconds, we are switching over to the other side. Okay, last one that we're going to do, we're actually going to go back on our knees. One foot's going to be out in front of us with a nice 90-degree bend in our knee. This is our hip flexor stretch. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our belt line, we're going to bring it towards our chin, we're going to tuck it up, then we're going to slide forward a little bit and activate our core. That's going to give us a nice hip stretch over here. Super important if you're running or moving a ton. And if you're sitting a ton and not getting active, this is going to tighten up and it's going to create all kinds of back issues. So we've done 15-20 seconds on this side. You guessed it, time to switch to the last side. Same thing, bringing our belt line up to our chin. We are sliding forward just a little bit, keeping that core tight. You should feel it right in the front of that hip. We're only going to hold this for 15-20 seconds, and you guys are out of here today. All right, guys, have a good day. See you later.